5AA Mornings with Matthew Pantelis.
Let's talk about what's in season at the moment at the market from the produce market, the SA produce market, and campaign manager for Pick a Local, Pick SA, Penny Reedy is here. G'day, Penny. How are you?
Hello. Thank you for having me back. Great to
Pleasure.
be back in the studio again.
Good to see you. Now, SA apple season is underway.
Yeah, so we're right in the thick of it. We have spoken about a few varieties in the previous segments I've been here.
Yeah.
But we're still picking new varieties. I walk around the markets and I'm like, oh, what have we got being picked this week? So the Bravo apples have started to appear this week. So they're quite a reasonably sized apple, quite crispy, quite sweet, with a really red skin on them. So if you have a look for them, but there's plenty of varieties on offer at the moment. So if you're used to buying just the same apple, and I think also us getting used to as consumers that an apple's just not an apple. There are actually lots of different flavour profiles. So at the moment, for example, you'll see the Missile apples, the Bravos, the Red Love, the Summer Love, the Kanzi, the Fuji, the Pink Lady, which everyone loves. The Pink Lady is actually the biggest seller, but you will see lots of different varieties. And if your local fruit and veg store doesn't have any of them that I mentioned, just ask them and they'll be able to get them in for you as well.
It's funny, the varieties, isn't it? Because I'm sure, looking back as a kid, I reckon there were only 4 varieties, and red and green delicious were 2 of them. Granny Smith was the other, and there was, I forget what the 4th one was, but there was another. Jonathan, it was.
Yeah.
And that was about it. That's all you could get. And now it's like wine. You just go in
absolutely. There's all these club varieties, they call them. They're called club varieties. You have to have a special license to be able to grow them. The growers that actually grow them have to pay a licensing fee on every box that they sell. Yeah.
Okay.
So someone's going to make some money out of all those apple varieties.
Amazing. Missile, Red Love, Summer Love, as you said, Kanzi, Fuji. There's loads of them, and they're all pretty good.
Yeah, they are. It just depends whether you like the sweet or the tart. And the Red Love apple has gone crazy this year.
Really? Yeah.
Yeah, so we had a few viral social media posts and everybody was asking for them. All the stores were selling out and had to get extra in, and we even had, because they're only grown here by Lenswood and interstate, the Lenswood guys said that they had people calling from all over Australia trying to get our apples. So it's great to see South Australian apples in demand across the country.
Fantastic. How are persimmons going this year?
Yeah, well, they've just started to come in. They're grown in the Riverland. I've seen some beautiful quality ones come from the Riverland. I saw them last week. They're a bit of an unusual fruit. They're not something that everyone would have in their fruit basket. And you can eat them crisp like an apple, or you can let them ripen and they will soften up as well and get quite gooey. So a bit like a pear as well. Some people like them when they're crunchy.
Do you need to eat them peeled?
No, you don't need to peel them, just away you go. Yeah, absolutely. There's not many fruits and vegetables that you need to peel, and a lot of the nutrition is actually in. I remember one of the best things I ever did with our brand ambassador, Callum Hahn, who also is appearing on 5AA these days. He told me, don't worry about peeling potatoes. I used to always peel potatoes and I hated doing it. And he goes, you don't peel anything. If it stops you from cooking, just don't do it.
Really?
So I've stopped peeling everything.
Really, have you? See, I grew up in a household that peeled everything, and including apples, and so today I still like my apples peeled.
Oh, yeah, apples as well. Wow.
I mean, I can eat them with the skin. That's fine. Buy one, chomp into it, no worries. But I do prefer it peeled, and that's probably a childhood thing.
Absolutely. Yeah, no, I grew up peeling everything as well. But when Callum, a master chef, told me it's okay not to peel the potatoes, I was like, yay.
And they would taste good. Unpeeled potatoes cooked with a bit of sour cream or something melting amongst it would be really good.
Absolutely. Yeah. I mean, you don't peel your baked potatoes, do you?
No, that's what I'm thinking. Yeah, exactly. So, all right. Australian-grown green kiwi from Victoria.
Yeah, so we've got a bit of Australian-grown hitting the shelves at the moment. They normally come in just before the New Zealand varieties come. So majority of our supply of commercial kiwi fruit in Australia comes from New Zealand. I was fortunate enough to visit some of the growing regions in New Zealand last year. So we've got 2 major varieties, the green and the gold, and they'll be hitting the shelves very, very soon, the New Zealand ones. But if you eager to get some vitamin C boost into you, there are some Australian grown ones around as well. Another really good superfood that's out at the moment is a pomegranate.
Yeah.
And I love the pomegranate, but I discovered that I really need to teach myself how to use them, because I put one into a salad this week and it's massacre. There was pomegranate juice all over my kitchen. I found them on my benchtop chairs, and they were just
Really?
everywhere. My partner came home. He goes, "You've got blood on your face." I'm like, "No, it's pomegranate juice." So someone needs to teach me how to use them. But they're a great, really high in antioxidants.
Okay.
Great to add into salads as well.
They can be a bit tart though, can't they? Pomegranates.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know that I'd just kind of sit there and eat a pomegranate.
yeah.
I think it's definitely something you need to add into your cooking, into your salads, or as a topper on your eggplants or something like that.
I'm curious about seedless lemons because I've never struck seed in a lemon.
Oh, really?
I don't think so. No, just cut it open, squeeze it, and away we go.
Oh, I'm a
I
bit of a...
suppose they do have seeds, don't they, now I think about it?
Quite a few seeds.
They pop out as you squeeze.
Yeah,
Of course they do.
I like to have lemon in my water every morning.
Yeah.
And I hate when, like, I'm a bit of a lazy person. I like to just cut it and squeeze the lemon. You always get the seeds out of it. So a new variety, our growers are very clever. They realize that people don't like seeds in their lemons. So there is a variety, and you will find them at the moment in your local fruit and veg store.
Okay. I mean, if you chomp down on a seed, it's no big deal.
It's no big deal, it's just, if you don't have to have it, then you shouldn't have to have it.
Yeah, true. All right. Well, it's like watermelons. The seeds disappeared when, I don't know, probably when I was a teenager in the 80s.
Yeah.
I reckon.
I know. When I was a kid, I can remember chomping into watermelon and spitting all the seeds out. Yeah. I guess that's not socially acceptable to do
exactly. And the seedless ones taste pretty good these days and nice and sweet too. Brussels sprouts. Now, not a big sprout fan, I've got to tell you.
No, and neither was I. It's about how you cook them, though. You really need to find a good way to cook them. I really like doing Mexican cooking.
Okay.
So instead of like boiling them whole, I'll actually grate them and use them almost like a meat alternative.
Really?
So you can put them into tacos and things like that, where you would normally use mincemeat. If you grate your Brussels sprouts, you can use them like meat. So there's a little tip for you to try and get them into your diet.
Interesting. So don't cook them, just grate them.
Well, grate them and then cook them.
Okay.
So kind of saute them and things like that. Add a bit of onion, a bit of flavour into them. So, but just a different way to use them.
Something to make them palatable.
Yes.
Zucchini. So how are they going at the moment?
Yeah, good supply of them. Great for autumn recipes. There's quite a few greens out at the moment. So your Brussels sprouts, your zucchini, your kale, all really good supply. So if you're looking to get some more greens into your diet, it's good to know that there's South Australian grown ones that are happening here. And as the weather cools down, we might start turning to soups in the kitchen.
Yeah.
So we are seeing some good supplies of pumpkins in the market at the moment as well. So plenty of butternuts around there if you want to start experimenting with the soups already.
All right. So butternut pumpkin. So lots around. And kale.
Yes. So kale, do you like kale?
No.
I'm not a fan either. I've tried a few different times. I normally tell people if you don't like something, try cooking it a different way. I've tried
everything.
I've tried everything. I'm really sorry. It's not I know it's really good for you. I haven't tried it in smoothies though, so maybe that's a way I can get it into my diet.
No, you don't need to do that. You don't. But it's around. Do we grow that here? Is that local kale?
Yeah, we do. We play quite a bit of it locally.
Really?
So yeah.
I haven't got past iceberg lettuce for that sort of green stuff.
Oh, there's so much variety in the green space. We've got lots of really good hydroponic growers as well. So like red oak lettuce and green oak lettuces and cos lettuces. And, you can get a really nice mesclun mix or a sweet mix. There's lots of ways. I think I've really stopped buying iceberg lettuce.
Have you?
And I've kind of switched to the pre-packed bags of salad. I'm a bit of a cheat that way.
But see, that comes with rocket and I can't stomach rocket.
Oh.
Yeah, so. Cabbage is still in short supply, really.
Yeah,
What's going on?
I thought I'd just mention that because normally the media comes to me and says, why are things so expensive? And it's very much supply and demand. And cabbages, some people might have seen them up to around $13, $14 for a head of cabbage. So you will see that. If you get into a farmer's market, you might find them for between $7 and $10 a head. So they are really quite short in supply at the moment. The Victorians kind of lost a heap when they were seeding for the crop. So we are going to see that short store for at least a couple of months. So here's a little tip for you. If you need cabbage, instead of buying ahead of it, if you buy it pre-packed, already shredded. So if you buy like a coleslaw bag from one of our local suppliers like High Fresh or Rainbow Fresh, that it'll already be shaved and in there. And when it's pre-packaged, the grower actually absorbs that increase in price.
Okay.
So don't be making your coleslaw at the moment. Buy it pre-packed. It will be much cheaper for you.
Wow, good tip. I like that. There's a bit on the Central Markets Community Kitchen, where we occasionally broadcast from here at 5AA. Callum, as you say, at the cooking show on Sunday mornings, Callum Hand doing his thing down there. What's going on with that?
So tomorrow at 12 o'clock, we're going to be in the Adelaide Central Markets, and we've got Callum Hahn in there, and he's doing the Australian Mushroom Growers Association have been trying to get people to get more mushrooms into their diet.
Yeah.
And they know that some people are not massive mushroom fans. So one way that you can do it is they have a series of recipes called the blend recipes. So it's all about blending your mushrooms with mince. So instead of just going full meat free and just doing mushrooms, there's lots of ways that you can get your mushroom in with your mince. So Callum's going to be talking about how to blend your mushrooms with your mince, and he's going to be making up some mushroom, beef and corn tacos tomorrow. So between 12 and 1, we'll be in the Central Markets. Come along, meet Callum, get some cooking tips off of him, see and try his recipe, take a photo, say hello. The team will be down there.
As you said, he is a master chef. Friday, now, also tomorrow. So there's something else you're doing. It's at High March Stadium and a bit of a charity soccer game. What's going on?
This is the second time we've done this.
Yeah.
It's a fundraiser to raise money for growers that are in financial hardship. We know that the growers have had, COVID and fruit fly and the floods. Last year we did it as like a flood charity match. This year it's just for those growers in hardship. And we've got the Pick a Local Pick SA team, which is made up of industry, wholesalers, retailers, growers, industry people, versus the government. So Minister Scriven's going to be doing the coin toss at the beginning of the game. We're starting at 4:45 down at High March Stadium as a curtain raiser to the Adelaide United game, which is supposed to be a sold out game tomorrow night. And we're raising funds for growers. So it's, we've got Vincent Tarzia and Lucy Hood, and we've got a few politicians out there. We've got people from SAPOL. So we've got these two teams that are going to be going head to head. Last year, the government won 6-2.
Wow.
So the industry really needs to pull their socks up this year and see what we can do. We're thinking we're going to raise at least $60,000 from the match, and you can still get tickets and you can still donate to the cause. And we're donating through to the Rural Business Support Fund, who help those growers in need. So it should be a very full and fun day tomorrow.
All right. So if you just Google, if people want to donate, for instance, whether they go or not, but Rural Business Support, Google that. There'd be a link.
Absolutely. Yeah. You can go on there and support that cause.
What a good idea. Charity match for the primary industries, essentially, for farmers, doing it tough over the last 12 months or so. Penny, great seeing you today. Thank you. We'll get another report from you in about 4 weeks' time.
Sounds good. Thanks for having me.
Terrific. My guest, Penny Reedy, Marketing Communications Manager for the SA Produce Market and Campaign Manager. Pick a Local, Pick SA. There's a red sticker you look for, isn't there?
Absolutely. Look for the red sticker in your local fruit and veg store. You're supporting local.
See you next time, Penny. Thank you.
Tune into the